What's going on, guys? Welcome back, or welcome to the first time FantasyTeamAdvisors.com bringing home the bacon MLB DFS video. It is Monday, unfortunately. It is June 12th, and we are back breaking it down. Big shout out to all of you yesterday. That was our best video we've ever done. We hit over 100 likes on the video, which we've been trying to do, and you guys absolutely killed it. I'm so just thankful and proud to hopefully be able to bring you enough content to help you. Reading through the comments, I can see that people are new, they're following, they're winning money. I mean, we've had a couple of people win some big money. I've had people reach out, DM, and stuff like that. So it's been awesome. And if you're new to the channel, anytime our previous video gets at least 50 likes, if you leave a comment or a subscriber, your name will be put on random.org right here, and it'll be entered in here. We'll randomize it 3 times, and then on the 3rd time, that'll be the winner. You'll get a free MLB DFS week brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. Anytime a video gets 100 likes, which yesterday's video did, one random person when in this video you're going to watch, they're going to win a free month of MLB DFS content. So very excited. Anytime a video gets, I'm going to just bring it down, 125 likes, someone will win a season pass. So huge shout out to everyone. New subscribers, welcome. I think we got like 30 new subscribers with yesterday's video. We are trying to get to 10,000 subs before the start of fantasy football season. If we do that, one person will win a lifetime pass to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So without further ado, we're going to jump into this first, and then we'll kind of go into we've got a little shorter slate for this Monday, and not all the pitchers are out there yet. So let's get started. So good luck to everyone there, and let's get going. Randomize 1, 2, and the winner of the free month of MLB DFS content is Damien. So congratulations, Damien. Just comment on this video that you see it. Hit me up on Twitter at advisors_team, or if you don't have Twitter, email me, dfshelp1@gmail.com. Good luck to everyone in this video. Like the video, be a subscriber. If, again, this video gets 50 likes, someone's going to win a free week. If this video gets 100 likes, someone's going to win another free month. If this video gets 125 likes, someone's going to win a free MLB season pass. So good luck to everybody. So if you're new, if you're old, welcome. Let's break it down. So what we do is we go through, we break down the pitching on the slate and the bats if they're available. So we have a smaller game slate today. Just looking at this game isn't even on the main slate, if you will. It's only, so there's a main slate and there's like an all-day slate on Fanduel. This one's only 30 minutes before the main slate, so I'm confident in this one. And I do like Charlie Morton against the Tigers. Charlie Morton in his career, 30 plate appearances against this team, 133 batting average, 33.3 K percentage. Now, those are good numbers. He started off, the season, didn't know what we were going to expect out of him, but he's been solid for us. I think we've used him multiple times this year. I know we did use him against the Mets his last start, and he gave up 4 earned runs and only got 17 fantasy points. But we use him against Arizona, which it's really hard to do because they're a really good team this year. 7 innings, 9 strikeouts, 3 earned runs against Arizona. Against Philly, 5.1 innings, 9 strikeouts, 2 earned runs. I mean, he's had back-to-back 9 strikeout games. Then he had a 10 strikeout game, another 9 strikeout game. So he's getting the strikeouts there. I do like Charlie Morton here. So I'll be looking at Charlie Morton. The Braves bats, it'll really just depend on who the Tigers throw out there. So once we know that, once the lineups are out, you can go check out FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can check out everything we have to offer, and I'll show you at the end of this video. So if you stick around, we'll go over what we have to offer on the website if you are new around here. Currently, right now, $10 a month for FTA Plus. That'll be that way for another month, and then once the All-Star break happens, it'll go up to $25 because we are going to start pumping out NFL content for you, and just very excited for it. So, yeah, just very excited for it. So next game, Rockies at the Red Sox. You got Connor Siebold versus James Paxton. I still don't know how Paxton's not hurt. Maybe throw Siebold in for I think both of these pitchers are tournament options only, but Fenway gives up some runs. So this is something to look at here. Paxton, 36 plate appearances, a 286 batting average, 22.6 K percentage. I will take exposure to him. I will. If you are not using him, you could look at the Rockies bats that have had success against Paxton. And we can dig in a little bit and see, 4 batters, so not much, but they've seen him a little bit. Grichuk, 4 for 12 with a home run. Profar, 3 for 10 with a double and a triple. Moustakas, 3 for 11 with a home run. So not much. McMahon, 0 for 2, but if you aren't looking at that, I do like some of these. So I will have I will be making multiple lineups. I'll have exposure to both Paxton and Siebold, but I will have some exposure to some of the bats in here. But we kind of just got to wait to see them. Looking at the Rockies bats, McMahon, Grichuk. It just depends on if they're going to be in the lineup. You got the next game. You got the Giants at the Cardinals. You got Logan Webb versus Matt Liberatore. Logan Webb, 75 plate appearances, 275 batting average, 20K percentage. I would like this game a little bit more if it were in San Francisco, but it's not, so there's not much we can do about it. I will have exposure to both of these pitchers. Looking at this, Logan Webb is the second highest priced pitcher on the slate. Coming off a pretty bad game at Colorado, 5.1 innings, 4 earned runs. But against Baltimore, 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, 34 fantasy points. Against Milwaukee, 7 innings, 11 strikeouts, 61. So he's been inconsistent. Like sometimes he has 7, 8 strikeouts, and then sometimes he has 3 strikeouts, and that's not enough. So St. Louis has been very inconsistent this entire season as well. So if you've looked at that, you can kind of see St. Louis is not playing very good right now. I will have exposure here. This is just overall, I feel like this is a tournament only slate for Monday. And I don't say that all the time about Monday games, but there's not a ton that I like so far. We kind of got to wait for the weather to come out. We've got to wait for the Vegas odds to come out. Then we can kind of formulate a plan, get to where we're getting with lineups and stuff. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. So I don't mind either of these pitchers. I think Liberatore here, never facing them before, obviously is a good kind of just a good omen here. Whether or not he goes deep into game, whether or not he gets anything, let's see. The problem is, pitched 4 innings against Texas, 2 strikeouts, 4 earned runs, 6 fantasy points. Against Cleveland, 5 innings, 9 fantasy points with only 2 Ks. Against the Dodgers, 1 inning pitch, 1 strikeout, 0 fantasy points. Against Milwaukee, 6 strikeouts, 39 fantasy points. Very inconsistent. Well, actually, he had a really good start, and then he was inconsistent. He's been very consistent by being inconsistent, getting less than 10 fantasy points in 3 straight starts. I will have exposure to him in tournaments. I don't know how deep he's going to go into the game. If his strikeout pitch isn't there, we're not getting the fantasy points. That's the thing. Just like the other night, what was it? Was it Friday night? Yeah, I think it was Friday night. Or was it yesterday? No, it was yesterday with Kyle Hendricks. So Kyle Hendricks had a no-hitter going until the 8th inning, I believe. They ended up winning 4-0 there. The problem is Hendricks, 8 innings, 3 strikeouts. I mean, the strikeouts are low. So your pitcher could have a no-hitter through the thing. But if they're not getting strikeouts, they're not getting you DFS points. So I've had people be like, I suggested one person, they got shelled. They come back and they talk crap to me. Okay, I'm just trying. I suggest that I'm not taking one person. Then they go off and have 7 scoreless innings, and they came and talked and like, you said he wouldn't do anything. Well, he had 4 strikeouts. He didn't have fantasy points. Had 15 fantasy points. You're not going to win with 15 9 times out of 10. And somehow, if your pitcher gets 15 fantasy points, the rest of your team all have to basically hit home runs to cash, which doesn't happen all the time. So consistency is key. That is why I will take both of these pitchers, but I don't expect much out of Liberatore. Now, if he can hone his pitches in against the lefties that are for the Giants, get some strikeouts here, he could be a very cheaper option to pay down for to pay up at the other positions. And if he can get, if we could get 5 strikeouts out of him and 1 earned run or less, he would be a good option there, and he'll find himself in many lineups that are cashing. That's a big if, though. So that is why it's a tournament-only pick for me, both sides here. The Cardinals bats against Logan Webb that have had success, so not much, but Logan Webb, 75 plate appearances, 275 batting average, 20% here. Arenado, 4 for 16. Goldie, 3 for 12. Edman, 3 for 11 with a double. DeYoung, 5 for 9 with a home run. Alec Burleson, 1 for 3 with a home run. Andrew Kisner. Now, I don't know how this in is silent, but it is. 2 for 4 with a double. But yeah, I mean, I'll have some exposure, but again, this is one where you're probably going to want to build some lineups for both for this pitcher and then against this pitcher. Now, this is if you are making multiple lineups. If you only make like 5 lineups, I wouldn't do that strategy. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking at in this game. Next game, Angels at the Rangers. You got Tyler Anderson versus Dane Dunning. Anderson, 79 plate appearances, 299 batting average, 26.6 K percentage. And then Dunning, 105 plate appearances, 286 batting average, 21.9 K percentage there. So looking at this, I do like Dane Dunning here. He's been very consistent for us this season when we've used him. Haven't used him every start, but when we have used him and suggested him, he's done pretty okay. Just trying to look at his numbers here. His last start against Cardinals, 14. Now, this should have been a good matchup for him because the Cardinals are bad. 14 fantasy points. Only had 1 strikeout. That's the problem. 5 innings against Detroit. Should be a good matchup. Gave up 3 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, only 24 fantasy points. Against Pittsburgh, the time before that, 5.2 innings, 3 strikeouts. 1 earned run, 23 fantasy points. Against Atlanta, which makes no sense because he goes 6 innings against Atlanta, 4 strikeouts, 1 earned run, 37 fantasy points because he got the W there. But it's very... He's very inconsistent for us. 24, 23, 14, those fantasy point outages, they're not gonna win it for you. The Angels can hit when they want to. It's the problem of bringing it together and their pitchers not getting dominated. So, looking at this matchup, Tyler Anderson, 79 plate appearances, a 299 batting average, 26.6 K percentage against the Rangers. The Rangers are a very good team. Flip side of that, Dunning, 105 plate appearances, 21.9 K percentage, 286 batting average. Honestly, let's dig into the bats a little bit because if the bats are good, probably not going to have exposure to these pitchers. So Nate Lowe against Anderson, 2 for 11 with a double. Corey Seager, 8 for 21 with a triple and a home run. Love me some Seager all the time. Adolis Garcia, 2 for 10 with 2 doubles. Grossman, 1 for 6. Jonah Heim, 5 for 9 with a home run. Very good. Simeon, 1 for 4 with a home run. Leody Tavares, 1 for 2 with a double. So yeah, honestly, probably not going to have Tyler Anderson at all. Have 0 exposure to him. I will be stacking against him. I will look at stacking Seager, Garcia, Nate Lowe, Jonah Heim. I will have a Texas stack there. Flip side of that, what Angels bats have had success against Dunning? Obviously, Ohtani at the top with 25 plate appearances. Pretty good. 4 for 20, a double and a triple. That's a 200 batting average, but it's still Ohtani. Wouldn't be surprised if he hits a home run. Mike Trout, 6 for 16 with 2 home runs. I mean, Trout is on a resurgence here. Jared Walsh, 6 for 11, a double and 2 home runs. Taylor Ward, 3 for 6 with a double and 2 home runs. Taylor Ward's been on fire. Matt Thaiss, 0 for 4, but had a good Sunday. So, yeah, I'm probably avoiding both of these pitchers. I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the higher stacked or higher over-unders on the slate. So that's something to look at. We've got all of that at website, FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. And I said I will bring that up after this. Reds at the Royals. Luke Weaver versus Greinke. Weaver, 7 plate appearances, 28.6. I mean, these numbers, when it's that low, those numbers don't mean anything. Luke Weaver used to be a very good pitcher when he was with the Cardinals. Then he went to the Diamondbacks, I believe. He's just, very inconsistent, especially this season. He's 8,100 on Fanduel, coming off 3.2 innings against the Dodgers, 4 strikeouts, 7 earned runs. That's not good. But if you've been with us before, you've been to this channel in the past, you know if I can take a pitcher against the Royals in Kansas City, I will do that. On the other hand, if you can take a team against Greinke, I'm doing that as well. We have that right here. I am in love with this matchup. I will be looking at Luke Weaver, and I will be stacking. One of my main stacks will be the Cincinnati Reds. Now, this is a pitcher's park, so it might not be a high over-under. It might not go well, but looking at this, we've got only 6 plate appearances, so nothing going on. Casali, Luke Malley, 2 for 2, double. Not much going on. So if you dig in and you look at Greinke's numbers, his last start against Miami, 4.1 innings, 3 strikeouts, 5 earned runs, 7 fantasy points. Against St. Louis, he actually had a good game. 5 innings, 6 strikeouts, 33 fantasy points. Against Detroit, 5 strikeouts. Against the White Sox, 4 strikeouts. Against Milwaukee, 5 strikeouts. So he's been fluctuating between basically like 14 to 33 fantasy points. I don't trust him. The Reds they've been hitting this year, believe it or not. So if you look at the Reds, which it depends on what lineup comes out and the order, but what I would look at this could be a high scoring game. I mean, Luke Weaver comes in with a 6.27 ERA. Greinke has a 4.59 ERA. If I'm looking at Reds bats, TJ Friedl, a lefty against, I love that. Matt McClain, love that. Ellie De La Cruz, love that. Jonathan India, love that. Will Benson has been doing pretty good. I will have multiple different Cincinnati stacks against Greinke in this game. I'll have a little bit of Weaver, but I don't think I'll have any Greinke at all. He will not be in my player pool when I'm building my lineups out there. Tampa Bay Rays at Oakland, you got Zach Eflin versus James Caprillion. You absolutely know that I'm in love with this matchup for Eflin because it's in Oakland. Now, Eflin's numbers, 41 plate appearances, 293 batting average, 19.5 K percentage. Not the best numbers, but it's Oakland in Oakland. Flip side of that, Caprillion, 23 plate appearances, 333, 21.7. So the Oakland bats that have had success, I mean, Jace Peterson has the most, 4 for 15, no extra base hits, 1 strikeout. In fact, Ryan Noda's 1 for 3 with a home run. Diaz and Ramon Laureano are the only ones that have had extra base hits besides the home run. So yeah, Eflin's been pitching very well this season. I think over most expectations of what we kind of thought he would do. And he's the highest priced pitcher on the slate, which is crazy. Coming off a fantastic game against Minnesota, 6.2 innings, 9 strikeouts, 1 W, 57 fantasy points. I will have exposure to Eflin. I won't have exposure to Oakland bats. I maybe throw in some Caprillion here just because it is a pitcher's park and it'll be low owned because it's Tampa Bay. But don't expect much out of Caprillion. So yeah, I would look at Eflin and then just whatever bats come out, we'll wait for the batting order there. Phillies at the Diamondbacks, Matt Strahm versus Tommy Henry. Strahm, 61 plate appearance, 263. Henry, 41 plate appearance, 243. I won't have these pitchers. I'll be looking at the bats. This could be a high-scoring game as well. So what Arizona bats have had, Ketel Marte's 4 for 17 with a double and a home run. Should be at the top of the order. Christian Walker's kind of on my list right now. Lefty on righty matchup. Didn't give me a home run the other day. I don't even think he got a hit when we used him. 2 for 12 with a double. Nick Ahmed, 2 for 11 with 2 doubles. Evan Longoria, 3 for 6 with 2 home runs. Longoria could be a cheap option. Looking at this, I love an Arizona stack. I think everybody loves an Arizona stack. I don't think that is a surprise. Just depending. Ketel Marte, love him. Corbin Carroll, lefty-righty matchup, I don't care. He's been on fire. Christian Walker, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Gabriel Moreno, are all Arizona bats that I would look at. And then on the flip side, the Phillies bats, depending on who's out there. Castellanos is probably at the top. Nope, Real Muto, 1 for 5. Schwarber, 2 for 5 with a home run. Harper, 2 for 4. Bryson Stott, 1 for 2 with a home run. Dalton Guthrie, 1 for 2. So yeah, I'm stacking this game, not taking the pitchers. I already showed you the Arizona stack. The stack that I would look at or try to make a round would be Real Muto, even Schwarber, Trey Turner, Nick Castellanos. I don't mind these guys. I think this could be a fantastic option there. Just depending on what lineup is out there. Alec Boehm. I was going to say, I thought he was on the IL, but he started on Sunday. So this is something. I like Alec Boehm in this one, but he just started yesterday off the IL, and he had a hamstring, I believe. This is something to monitor. He might not play in this game. But if he does, he's 2,900. Could be first or third eligible here. I do like Alec Boehm in this one if I'm building stacks. Then the final game, Marlins at the Mariners. You got Jesus Lizard versus Bryce Miller. I will have exposure to both of these. Jesus Lizard, 35 plate appearances, 133 batting average, a 28.6 K percentage. And then Bryce Miller has never faced anyone before. I talked about it in yesterday's video. I liked Bryce Miller in that matchup, and then they pushed his start back to today. So looking at that, I like both of these pitchers. None of the bats really jump out at me at the moment. Maybe they will once the batter trends come out and the Vegas numbers come out, but I will have exposure to both of these pitchers here. And there you go, guys. That is it. A smaller breakdown. We will be back tomorrow with a bigger breakdown with a lot of things, but that is the breakdown. Not the best because we don't have all the pitchers on the slate, and there's not a ton that I like about this slate. There is money to be made, though, and you guys are here, and I am here, so we're going to bring home the bacon together, hopefully. So if you use the advice for Saturday's video, I threw it in. I went with what I talked about, and you can check out on the website. And this is everything we have on the website. If you've never been here before, the website's here. We're changing it up a little bit, looking at everything. So we've got some stuff. So you go over to MLB, and you come. I don't like how you can't see it, so I might need to change the color. But you hover over MLB and come down, and we can go to BVP matchups, stolen base targets, contrarian stacks, cheat sheet, our prop bets, betting odds, ballpark ratings, umpire factors, which has been key. Optimal stacks just shows you can see the amount of games that are on a main slate, and then it'll break it down what is the configuration. So on a normal, say, 15-game main slate on DraftKings, the optimal lineups usually have a stack of 5 on your main stack, and your secondary stack is 2 players. On FanDuel, it's a little bit different with the construction. It's 4 and 3 there, just because there isn't a second pitcher. So that's that. Then we have FanDuel trends and batter trends. So with the FanDuel and DraftKings trends, they take all of the hitters and their numbers in their last 50 plate appearances, their last 100 plate appearances, and their last 150 plate appearances against the same handedness of whichever their opponent pitcher is. And the 2 things I would look at there would be the ISO power and the WOBA on those charts. So a lot to go through. Hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully it makes you a better DFS player. That's what we're here for. I'm trying to break as much down as I possibly can to make you a better DFS player. And if we can, come back and let us know that you had success. I've even had people send us super thanks here on YouTube. I've had people donate CashApp, which you can find in the description of this video. I've had people Venmo us. Tips help. Watching the videos, clicking on the ads, going to Fantasy Team Advisors, they all help as well. I want to keep doing this for you, and it's been, the past month has been nuts for this channel, which has been awesome. You don't understand. I've been doing YouTube since about 2015. We've been slowly growing the YouTube subscribers, but the videos, so I didn't do MLB last year at all. I took off after the Super Bowl. I did nothing on the website from February until July. I was going to I was just going to shut everything down because I have a child and a wife, and I relaxed with them and, just hung out, and it was nice. I didn't have to make these videos. I didn't do anything. And then I just got the itch for football. So July, I ramped the website back up. And I didn't know if I was going to do MLB. I strictly only did NFL. I didn't do any NBA content. I strictly did NFL, and that was it. And then March rolled around. I'm like, you know what? I kind of have the itch for baseball. And it's been awesome the past 2 months, 3 months almost, with you guys. However you found my channel, It's awesome. I look at the analytics. I see that YouTube suggested us, so we hit the algorithm somehow, which has been awesome. So the more views and the more likes and the more subs we get, we're going to continue through that. Now, I'm going to do MLB and we're going to do NFL. If there's enough interest, I can see about NBA. But again, it's really, I've got a couple of guys who help out with lineups and home run predictions. But other than that, I'm pretty much a one-man show outside of that. So it's a lot to do by yourself, especially since I have a full-time job on top of this. So the more subs we get, the more people that sign up on the website for memberships gives me the reason that I am here. And you guys are the reason that this channel has been booming. You should see, I think in the past 28 days, we've gotten like 300 new subs, which is awesome. So I want to shoot for the moon. I want to get 10,000 before September. I think we can do it. If we continue this path, we will continue bringing you the best DFS we possibly can. So thanks for listening to my sob story. Good luck on this slate. Let's bring up some bacon, guys. Peace.